Once upon a time, in a prosperous kingdom surrounded by towering mountains and flowing rivers, there was a king named Rajan. King Rajan was strong, respected, and known for his grand ambitions. He saw himself as a leader who could overcome any obstacle, achieve any goal, and shape his kingdom to his will. One day, King Rajan decided he wanted a new road to connect his kingdom's capital to the distant villages in the countryside. He commanded his workers to clear a path through the forests and hills, eager to bring the kingdom closer together. As the workers began their task, they soon encountered an enormous stone embedded deeply in the earth. It was massive, too large to dig up, too heavy to move. The workers tried everything they could think of. They pushed, pulled, hammered, and even tried to dig around it, but the stone would not budge. A frustrated worker said, "This stone is too great an obstacle. We cannot move it, no matter what we do." The workers reported their struggle to King Rajan, expecting him to accept the delay, but the king, known for his determination, would not give up so easily. King Rajan, gazing at the stone, said, "How can one stone be an obstacle for an entire kingdom? Bring me more men, stronger tools. We shall remove this stone and clear the path." For days, the king's best engineers and strongest workers toiled, trying everything to move the stone, but no amount of strength, skill, or ingenuity could budge it. Day after day, the king grew more frustrated, unable to accept that his plans could be thwarted by a single stone. One day, a humble monk named Mahin was passing through the forest and noticed the commotion. He watched as the king's men struggled, the king shouting commands in frustration. Finally, with a calm expression, the monk approached King Rajan and bowed respectfully. "Your Majesty, may I offer a suggestion?" said Mahin the monk. King Rajan replied, "If you have any idea how to move this stone, speak. My patience grows thin." Mahin the monk continued, "Your Majesty, I understand your desire to clear this path, but perhaps this stone is not meant to be moved. Perhaps it is here to remind us of the things we cannot change." King Rajan, with privilege in his tone, said, "What do you mean, monk? I am king. I have the power to shape this kingdom as I see fit. Why should I leave an obstacle in my path?" Mahin the monk calmly replied, "Just as the mountains rise and the rivers flow, there are things in life that cannot be moved, no matter our efforts. Accepting this stone as part of the landscape, rather than as an obstacle, may bring you more peace than fighting against it." The king looked at the stone, considering the monk's words. He began to see that this stone, immovable and ancient, was as much a part of the kingdom as the forests, rivers, and mountains. Fighting against it had brought only frustration. Perhaps, he thought, it was wiser to accept its presence, to find peace in what could not be changed. King Rajan, with a calm and thoughtful tone, said, "This stone shall remain where it stands. Let us build the road around it, for it is not a hindrance, but part of this land. In leaving it here, we honor the things that have always been and the wisdom in accepting what we cannot change." The workers were surprised, but they respected the king's command. And so, the road curved gently around the stone, leaving it undisturbed, a natural part of the kingdom's landscape. In time, King Rajan found that accepting the stone brought him peace. No longer was his mind troubled by the things he could not change, and he became known not only as a powerful king, but as a wise one who knew the strength in acceptance. The stone stood as a silent teacher, reminding all who passed of the wisdom in letting go of what cannot be moved. And so, the king learned that not every obstacle must be overcome. Not every plan must go unchanged. Some things are beyond our control, like stones in a path or mountains in a landscape. In learning to accept these things as they are, we find a deeper peace, a wisdom that brings harmony to both the land and to ourselves. Thank you for watching.